Assalamu Aleikum Warahmatullahi Wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'in amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Allahumma ighfir lima la ya'lamun wa la tu'akhidhni bima kunnun waj'alni khayra ma dunnun. رضيت بالله ربا بالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا. Inshallah, tonight بإذن الله تعالى, alhamdulillah, we find that tonight again we are back to our Tafseer course, and this course lesson is number inshallah 18 in this series of Who Wrote the Quran. Who wrote the Quran, in which bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, inshallah, tonight's topic the topic is called, did Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam write the Quran to unite the Arabs? Did Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam write the Quran to unite the Arabs? So, as we mentioned before, that there have been many claims by the non-believers of Islam that they don't believe that this glorious Quran is from Allah Azza wa Jal. And that's why we have come here to refute against them. That's why we have come here to put all our to put their allegation, and then we answer to them their allegation now. And then we refute them, and we put all of these evidences to them, so that they know that this Quran, it is from whom. And that's why we are putting all these refutes here, and also we are going to make people understand about these refutes. Now they claim that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, before I go that on, we find that we are in part 7D. Part 7D. Now I think so you need to know, and I have put all of it in our YouTube inshallah channel, that we have been talking about this topic. A very important topic, and the importance of it is that we are doing this for the dawah, and this thing is done for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. It's not for any fame or anything like that, but it's for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. So they claim that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam goal, it was to unite the Arab. It is also difficult now to defend when one now he looks into the life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his own statement against the nationalism, against the tribalism. So really you find that when you people, the non-believers of Islam, these non-believers, when they say that the goal of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was to unite the Arab, this thing, it is difficult now when we come to defending against it, but we'll still do it. How are we going to do it? Firstly, again, had this been his goal, that goal of uniting the Arabs, he could have achieved it when the chiefs of Makkah offered him wealth and riches in exchange for him agreeing to stop preaching. So instead, if you see here, if he had if his goal was to unite the Arabs, he would have embraced the chief of Makkah, but he did not embrace them. Why? Because his goal was not to unite the Arabs. His goal was to spread the word of Allah Azza wa Jal, to spread the Tawheed of Allah Azza wa Jal. And that was his mission. The goal was not to put someone down, no. The goal was not to gain wealth, no. And also the goal was not to unite the Arabs. Secondly, number 2 now. So I think the first you understood that we are mentioning that if his goal was to unite the Arabs, then he could have achieved it by embracing these chiefs of Makkah, who offered him wealth, who offered him riches in exchange for him agreeing to stop preaching. But he did not embrace them, because his goal was not to embrace them. His goal was to spread Islam. And the goals of the chiefs of Makkah was wanting him to stop the preaching of Islam. So, really you can see that there is a conflict of goals there, and that's why the Prophet ﷺ did not agree with him, because his goal was not to unite with the chiefs of Makkah. It was to spread Islam, not to unite the Arabs. Number 2, secondly, the concept of this nationalism, it does not exist in Islam. Islam, it made the bond of faith and truth and falsehood the most important basis for binding the people together, and not nationalism. And it is not tribe affiliation. It is not about race here. It is not about ethnicity here. But his basis was to bind people together for the sake of the truth and for the sake of the faith of Allah Azza wa Jalla, the faith of Islam. It was not to unite them or to make a bondage on about for their nationalism, no. It was not about to unite them about their tribalism, no. It is not about to put them races, or to unite in terms of races, no. That was not his aim. But his aim was to unite the Muslim Ummah as one in faith. In faith. That's the thing. So that is now the second point. That let me explain again that the concept of nationalism does not exist in Islam. This concept of saying that you are national or I don't know what, no, that doesn't exist in Islam. Here in Islam, we are only made of the bond of faith and truth, and we do not accept falsehood here. That is our faith that is based upon. We accept the truth, we take Muslims and we unite the Muslims together. So his aim, it was not about nationalism, and it was only aim was to binding people together upon the truth of Islam. So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you find that himself, he spoke out on numerous occasions against this type of ideology, stating, if you go to Abu Dawud and At-Tirmidhi, you can get it, where he stated that let people stop boasting about their forefathers who have died, who they are merely fuel for the hellfire, or they will certainly be more insignificant with Allah than the beetle which rolls dung with its nose. Allah Azza wa Jal has removed from you the partitionship of the days of Jahiliyyah. And the Jahiliyyah now it refers to the pre-Islamic days, and the boasting about one's forefathers. Indeed, a person is either a pious believer or a wretched sinner. All of mankind, they are the children of Adam, and Adam, he was created from clay. So, this part here, I want to explain that he wanted to unite people on the basis that all of mankind, they are the children of Adam. So we are all the children of Adam. So we are only affiliated with the fact that we are the children of Adam, not for the fact that we are Arabs or no, not like something like that. That's why he said that let the people to stop that boasting about their forefathers. At that time, they were boasting about their forefathers, they did this, also we do the same. No, he didn't want that ideology to come to them because of the fact that their forefathers have died. Now you have to check on yourself that these forefathers, did they really do what it was required in Islam? And you find that the forefathers, they were worshipping idols. Then we will not accept what their forefathers were saying, because they were merely the fuel for the hellfire. There were people who were doing bad things. They were killing girls, and they were doing something that was happening at the time. And that was something that, it was forbidden in Islam. It is not an acceptable thing. They are doing slavery, and slavery is not accepted in Islam. In a way that Islam, it find that it made people to put their boasting down, because we find that the Prophet ﷺ said that type of arrogance in a person's heart or in a person's even mind, that type of arrogance, it will not take him to paradise, but it will take him to hellfire. it will not take him to paradise, but it will take him to hellfire. That part of arrogance in him, that part of boasting about their forefathers or about what. And that's why you say that they were merely fuel for the hellfire, or they will certainly be more insignificant with Allah Azza wa Jalla than the beetle which rolls dung with its nose. Now you can see there is a parable here, in a way that there is an explanation that these people, these forefathers, they are not people who are respectable, in a way that they are insignificant with Allah Azza wa Jalla. They are insignificant with Allah Azza wa Jalla than even that beetle who rolls dung with his nose. That means the beetle, it is more precious to Allah Azza wa Jalla than that person, that forefather of yours, who was worshipping the idol, who was putting the fact that they are Arabs and I don't want. That's the point here, that's very much important. And on the fact that here you have to understand that even the beetle here, it has been used to state that this beetle, it is a creation of Allah Azza wa Jalla. And it is showing that even that beetle can be greater than the human being, in a way that this beetle, it is doing all what Allah Azza wa Jalla has told him, that beetle to do. But the people, they don't do what Allah Azza wa Jalla tells them to do. So really the beetle, it is even more precious to Allah Azza wa Jalla than that person who is taking or is boasting about his community, is boasting about his tribe, is boasting about his race, is boasting about I don't know what they are boasting about. This should not be happening among the Muslims Ummah. It should be stopping even. And people currently, they are doing it still. There's a problem. We need to stop this. Okay? Then the Prophet ﷺ say that Allah has removed from you the partisanship of the days of Jahiliyyah. In a way that these people, now the Prophet ﷺ was giving a khutbah, these people, they have been done something which is that they have been removed from that bad thing. They have been entered into Islam. So the purpose here, it is not to do bad things against Allah Azza wa Jal, but it is to do what Allah Azza wa Jal tells them to do. So Allah Azza wa Jal is telling them that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is telling them that Allah has removed from you that thing that was with you at the days of Jahiliyyah. That means there was ignorance with you. There was ignorance with you. But Allah has removed it and has told you to come into Islam and come to this Islam, religion in which we don't see race, we don't see tribalism, we don't see nationalism, we don't see communityism, but we see La ilaha illallah. That is what we want to see in a Muslim. We don't want to see something of the people who are boasting about their once forefathers. Okay? As a Jahiliyyah, they are doing that. But now you are a Muslim. You are a Muslim. You have accepted the faith of Islam. So you need to take it seriously. It is not something that you just talk on about, but take it as something which is serious. Something that needs to be taken in your mind. That this ignorance was removed from you. And now you're in Islam. Please don't do boasting of your own tribe or of your own nationalism or anything like that. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ goes on saying that, and the boasting about one's forefathers, it was something that was removed also from you. So indeed, a person is either a pious believer or a wretched sinner. Let us explain that statement. Indeed, a person, he is either maybe a pious believer, or he is a person who is a sinner, who is very much doing in sin, involved in sin. So you are among them. That is not what we see. In Islam, we only see these two things. And then now you cannot come and say now you are a sinner, now you are not a Muslim. No. That's not the way we do. That's not the way the way we do. The way we do, or the way we look at Muslim, is that now if they have come into Muslims, we take them as believers, but not pious believers. We take them as believers. Then they start to do now their obligation to Islam, and then we know about their characteristics, and then we come to know about their way of life, how they put it, how they obey Allah, how they obey the Prophet ﷺ, how they seek knowledge, and all of that. And then we come to say, now this is a pious believer. From Allah's point of view, we find Allah, He does not see any of your race or nationalism or tribalism, nothing like that, but He only sees people who have taqwa in them. Any person in his heart now. Now this comes the fact that we cannot see as a Muslim, or even if you're not a Muslim, you cannot see a person's heart, whether he is pious or a sinner. What did he do yesterday? What did he do at night? At night time, what did he do? Was he doing something good, or was he doing something bad? So all of it Allah knows, and that person himself knows, because of the fact that at night he was sleeping. Maybe he was sleeping, maybe he woke up. What did he do at that waking up? Was he praying, or was he doing a sin? What was he doing? So all of it is known to Allah, and the person himself, he knows it. And we cannot come here and judge that person to be a pious believer, or to say that this is a sinner. No, that's not the way we do. But we see him as a believer, and only Allah knows if he is a pious believer or a righteous sinner. But there are some signs to know that this person is a pious believer, and there are some signs to know that this person is a sinner, and this is for another day. Let us go ahead. The Prophet ﷺ said, all of mankind, they are the children of Adam, and Adam was created from clay. Now this is to unite the children of Adam ﷺ, to unite all of us as humanity, even not Muslims again, but uniting all of them as humanity. And you know that Bilal radiallahu anhu was a person who was a black one, and was a black companion of the Prophet ﷺ, and there also was black other companions of the Prophet ﷺ. But Bilal radiallahu anhu was known, and he was the one that was chosen to give the adhan because of his loud voice and beautiful voice also. It was loud, you know. And the fact that this loudness made him to give adhan. And the Prophet didn't see any other thing. He didn't see that his color. No. He said that this is a Muslim, Bilal is a Muslim, go and give adhan. Because of that fact, he gave him the priority to give adhan. And Bilal was also not an Arab. He was also not an Arab. Because he was also not an Arab, and he gave him still that priority to give the adhan. It is something of a big thing. We go ahead. Now we have finished this hadith, which is related. We explain it a lot. But now let us go to another hadith, which also explain us to know that Muhammad ﷺ did not write the Quran to unite the Arab. Okay? Muhammad ﷺ, he also said, indeed, there is no excellence for an Arab over a non-Arab, nor an non-Arab over an Arab, nor a white person over a black one, nor a black person over a white, except through piety. And this is related by Imam Ahmad, or Ahmad ibn Hanbal. You can see in the book Musnad ibn Hamdan. Okay, Musnad ibn Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. You can see that book, and you can get that hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, in which it is stating that, let us explain it. Indeed, there is no excellence for an Arab over a non-Arab, nor a non-Arab over an Arab. This says that there is no person who maybe he thinks is an Arab, he will go to paradise. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. But if you are an Arab, and you're a Muslim, and you're doing the works that Allah tells you, then you go to paradise. So there's no excellence for you being an Arab over a non-Arab, and a non-Arab being over an Arab. There is no excellence in that, but the excellence is only through piety. Then he goes on by saying, not a white person over a black one, and not a black person over a white one. If you see a white one, you cannot say that this person is excellent than a black. No, you cannot say something like that is wrong. It is not acceptable in Islam. And also the Prophet ﷺ teaching us that we should look a person not by his color, not by his tribe. And lastly, he says, except through piety. Except through piety. Except through piety. Except through taqwa. That is what I say. So now inshallah, I think so you have understood the fact that the Prophet ﷺ, he was not putting an Arab over an Arab, and he was not putting a non-Arab over an Arab also, and he was also not putting a white person over a black one, and he was not putting a black person over a white one, but he was saying that if you want to know them, it is through taqwa. The Quran, it is filled with that same message, and one example of this is in the following verse. Inshallah, go to Surah Al-Hujurat, chapter number 49, verse number 13. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وكبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم إن الله عليم خبير. Inshallah, here it says, O mankind, we have created you from male and female and have made you into nations and tribes that you may know one another. And indeed, the most noblest of you with Allah is the one who has the most piety. The most noblest you is the one who has the most piety. So, what we come to know, atqakum inna Allaha alimul khabir. Now, the example, as we have seen here now, this verse says that the mankind, Allah Jal, He has created us. And you can see we have male and female. This is the difference. And He has made us into nations and tribes. We can see that this nation, and we can see that other tribes. And we can know this in that way we may know one another. In a way, what we come to know is that when you know a person, he is from another country, we know that this person is from Pakistan because of his culture like that. That's a tribe again comes inside into it. You know, this person from India because of the fact that there's some culture into it. They have something with them. So that difference on it is only for the fact that there is what we call, we say, tribes is there, nations is there. And this is only for us to know one another. But Allah doesn't see even that tribe, nation. No. Allah is saying that indeed the most noblest of you with Allah is the one who has the most piety. Is the one who has most taqwa. The one who is very much fearful of Allah Jal. And may Allah Jal make us the most fearful of Allah Jal. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. And may Allah Jal make us have taqwa. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. So now we say that the examples which are from both the Quran and the statements of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they are too numerous to mention them all. But this, I think so, it should suffice to make that point. And regardless of one color, nationality or tribe, anyone who believes in the Islamic message is part of that brotherhood. So if you're Muslim, you are part of our brothers. And with the above being the case, the logical question it beckons, that had this been written by Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as these people allege, for the purpose of uniting the Arabs, then why would he have put the exact opposite message in this book? A question for you. Indeed, from the story we quoted about, we can see that this Islamic message actually divided the Arabs into two distinct groups, which is Muslim and non-Muslims. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he also had companions that were from different tribes, and they were other than Arab. Inshallah, really this was the explanation that I can really give for these statements. And a summary of it is that this Quran was not written by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to unite the Arabs, and it was not even written by Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but it is from Allah Azza wa Jal. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.